Very good. Thanks for confirmation. Thank you for confirmation, guys. Good evening, all of you. Welcome to Ashok IT. Today, we are here to discuss about our DevOps Full Stack online training program. What is this DevOps Full Stack? What are the prerequisites to learn this DevOps Full Stack? What we are going to learn as part of this DevOps Full Stack, and how it is going to help you to transform your career into DevOps field. Good. All right. Let's get started. Let's understand about who is your trainer, who is instructor for this DevOps with AWS training program. Guys, my name is Ashok. I'm having total 11 plus years of experience in the IT industry, and currently I'm working as a technical lead in one of the MNC company related to banking sector from Hyderabad location. So I will be the instructor for this DevOps full stack program, and this I'm having 11 years IT experience. Along with that, I'm having 8 plus years of training experience also. And I have started Ashok IT Institute in the year of 2020. We are almost close to 4 years. We have completed 4 years journey as part of our Ashok IT. Good. Fine. Next one. Many people are having a question. What are the prerequisites in order to learn this DevOps program? So believe me guys, for DevOps program, there are no specific prerequisites available. For the DevOps program, there are no specific prerequisites available because it is 0 to hero course. It is 0 to hero course. There are no specific prerequisites available for this. Okay. And this program, undergraduates also can learn, graduates also can learn, and the people who are having some IT experience, working professionals can join for this course, and non-IT people also can join for this DevOps program. No specific prerequisites, guys. We are going to learn from very basic. This is 0 to hero course. Undergraduates also can learn this DevOps. Graduates who completed their graduation like BTech, degree, MBA, MCA, those people also can learn this program. Working professionals, if you're already working in the IT industry as a tester or as a developer, as a cloud engineer, then those people also can learn this DevOps program. And the people who are from non-IT background, sir, I'm from mechanical background, can I learn this DevOps program? Sir, I don't have any programming knowledge, can I learn this DevOps program? Yes, definitely you can learn this DevOps, because to learn the DevOps, coding knowledge is not required. To learn the DevOps, coding knowledge is not required. Anyone can join for this DevOps course. Then I hope you are clear with what are the prerequisites. There are no specific prerequisites available, guys. The only thing is you should spend 3 to 4 months of time to become a DevOps engineer. You need to have 4 months of time in order to learn this DevOps full stack program, right? So if you are not from the programming background, if you are not from the IT background also, no issue. Still you can join for this DevOps with AWS program. DevOps full stack program you can join. Coming to the course content. As part of this DevOps full stack course, what we are going to learn. First, let's understand that we have divided our course into 9 modules, guys. We have divided this DevOps course into 9 modules. So the first module that we are going to cover, DevOps introduction. So that is related to theoretical part only. What is DevOps? Why DevOps? What tools we need to learn to become DevOps engineer? What are the roles and responsibilities of the DevOps engineer? That part will be covered in the module 1. The module 1 is theoretical part only. What is DevOps? Why DevOps? how to become DevOps engineer, what are the roles and responsibilities of the DevOps engineer that we can understand as part of this module 1. Then next module 2, Linux operating system. So if you want to become a DevOps engineer, Linux knowledge is very, very, very important. Already we have started Linux classes at 6:30 p.m. Already 4 classes completed for this Linux operating system. Okay. Then module 3, Linux admin part will be available. So if you want to become a DevOps engineer, very strong knowledge is required on the Linux operating system. So Linux is required, Linux administration knowledge is also required, and shell scripting is required. So module 2, Linux operating system, module 3, Linux administration, module 4, shell scripting also we are going to cover as part of this course. Then next one, module 5, AWS cloud knowledge is required. So if you want to become a DevOps engineer, then definitely cloud knowledge is very, 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 very important. So as part of this course, we are going to provide AWS cloud. So AWS cloud, we are going to learn. So in the AWS cloud, 10 plus services we are going to cover as part of this course. Okay. Then after this AWS, DevOps tools we are going to learn. 15 plus DevOps tools we are going to learn as part of the course. And after this AWS cloud and the DevOps tools are completed, then we are going to work on some real-time projects also. So how to set up the projects as a DevOps engineer? How to set up the project as a DevOps engineer? How to build real-time CI/CD pipelines? What are the challenges we are going to face? How to solve those problems? How to deal with multiple projects at a time as a DevOps engineer? What kind of task we are going to get in the company for the DevOps team? Those things we are going to discuss as part of these real-time projects. Then coming to the module 8, we are going to learn Python scripting. Okay, so nowadays in the companies, people are using Python scripting to automate some of the work that DevOps team used to do manually. Whatever the work we used to do manually, that work is automated by using Python scripting. Some projects will be using shell scripting for the automation. Some projects are using Python scripting for the automation. So it's better to learn both Python scripting and shell scripting. Once this Python scripting is also completed, then module 9, interview guidance will be available. So how to prepare our resume, and how to upload the profiles in the job portals, how to apply for the jobs, and how to attend the interviews. And we will be conducting the mock interviews for you people before attending the live interview. That resume preparation, interview guidance, mock interviews, and frequently asked interview questions, how to explain the projects in the interview, how to explain roles and responsibilities in the interview, how to explain the challenges in the interview. All those things will be covered as part of our interview guidance. So this is complete our DevOps full stack program. So total 9 modules we are going to cover as part of this course. So for this course, as we discussed already, there are no specific prerequisites available. The only thing is your time. The only thing is your time is required. So you need to spend 3 to 4 months of time if you want to become a DevOps engineer. Good. So this is the content. Then next one. So as part of this course, what we are providing. So this is live course, guys. Every day live session will be available. So theoretical plus practicals will be available as part of the course for every topic. So theory will be explained and practicals also we are going to do. And you are going to do the practice along with me in the course. Suppose when we are working with Linux commands, I will explain what is the syntax of the command, how to work with that. And I will give some lab tasks on those Linux commands. Okay. Every day, live classes will be available. And every day, at the end of the session, doubts, clarifications will be available. So last 15 minutes of time, we will be discussing about the doubts on the today's topic. So whatever we discussed today on the topic, doubts, clarification will be available at the end of the session. And for every topic, soft copy notes also will be provided for you. Suppose, for example, if you are talking about Linux, for the Linux, notes will be available. For AWS, in the AWS, for every service, the material will be provided for you practice. Okay, for every DevOps tool. So whatever we are discussing, for everything, the soft copy material also will be provided. And As live classes are happening, after the class is completed, within 24 hours, you will get the backup video also for the revision. Those backup videos will be provided for you on daily basis. And after the course is completed, every day during the sessions, if today class is completed, immediately that video we are going to provide for you, right? Those videos you can access 1 year. 1 year validity will be available. That 1 year will be calculated after course completion. So if today course is completed, after the course completion, next 1 year, the videos access will be available for the revision purpose. And for every topic, we are going to provide interview questions also, and we are going to implement real-time projects. And for the candidates, we are going to conduct the mock interviews to do your skill assessment. So whatever you are learning, we will do the checks by conducting the mock interviews. So that you will get some interview experience to attend the real interviews in the companies. And we will tell you how to prepare your resume. Suppose if you have 3 years experience, if you want to go with 3 years experience, how to build a resume. If anybody want to go with 4 years experience, how to build that resume. The resume building we are going to provide, and placement assistance will be available. Placement assistance in the sense, in order to attend the interviews, in order to crack the interviews, whatever the subject that is required, whatever the support that you need, that support we are going to provide till you get placed in the company as a DevOps engineer. So these are the highlights that you can see as part of our session. It is live course. Every day live classes will be available. Doubts clarification will be there on daily basis. And we will be getting soft copy material. Backup videos will be there for the revision. Topic-wise interview questions will be provided. Real-time projects we are going to implement. We will be conducting the mock interviews for the people who are part of this batch. Resume preparation we will explain. Sample resumes we are going to share. And placement assistance also we are going to provide as part of this course. Right, coming to the Linux. So what we are going to learn as part of Linux? All the Linux commands, files management, user management, process management, services, editors, package managers, cron jobs, shell scripting, administration, we are going to cover as part of this Linux operating system. Without having the knowledge on the Linux operating system, you can't become a DevOps engineer. You can't become a DevOps engineer without having the knowledge on the Linux operating system. Linux is very, 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 very important for the DevOps people. So that's why we are going to learn Linux basic plus advanced. Linux administration is also added in our DevOps full stack program. And shell scripting also we are going to learn. Then coming to AWS cloud. So AWS stands for Amazon Web Services, guys. This is one of the most famous cloud platform to set up infrastructure required for our application, right? So what is AWS cloud? How to create account in the AWS? What are the services available in the AWS? What is the billing model? How to work with cloud infrastructure like EC2 service, EBS, load balancer, auto scaling, S3, RDS, DynamoDB, Route 53, IAM service, VPC, Beanstalk, Lambdas, CloudWatch, SNS, ECS, EKS, CloudFormation. These all are the services that we are going to learn as part of our AWS course. Okay, so cloud knowledge is required for the DevOps engineer. So these are the AWS services we are going to learn. Then coming to DevOps tools. So DevOps tools, DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a culture which is used to establish the collaboration between development team and operations team. So in the real time, development team will be available who will write the code. Operations team will be available to perform operations, to do the deployments of the application. So there should be some collaboration between the development team and operations team. So to establish that collaboration, companies are adopting this DevOps culture. So to adopt that DevOps culture, there are several DevOps tools available. So we need to learn these DevOps tools, right? So Maven, GitHub, Tomcat, Sonar, Nexus, okay, and Trivi, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Grafana, Prometheus, ELK, Jira, Ansible, Terraform, all these things that we need to learn. All these tools we are going to cover as part of our syllabus. So these are the DevOps tools that we are going to learn. Then Python scripting. So Python is also added in our course. Python scripting also we are going to learn. This Python scripting is used to automate the work that you do manually. Then coming to interview guidance, resume preparation will be available. Frequently asked interview questions we will provide. Mock interviews we are going to conduct for the people, and job assistance also we are going to give you as part of this course. So this is all about the introduction part related to what we are going to learn as part of our DevOps course, guys. So I hope you got some basic idea what is this DevOps course and what we are going to learn. Our course name is DevOps Fullstack. Our course name is DevOps Fullstack, guys. In this DevOps course, what we are going to learn in the first module, DevOps Introduction. This is very, very important. So the people who are from the non-IT background, this introduction is very important for you to understand the software project lifecycle, how the projects will be developed, what technologies will be used in the project, how the projects will be delivered to the clients, right? What is the role of the DevOps engineer in this project development lifecycle, we are going to understand. Then after this DevOps introduction, Linux classes already learning. Linux OS plus shell scripting will be available for you. Okay, I think all of you are already attending the Linux classes at 6:30 p.m. Right? Linux OS plus shell scripting knowledge is required. So these Linux servers in the real time for our operations, the servers will be configured on the Linux machine. So you should have very good knowledge on Linux operating system along with the shell script. The next one, AWS cloud. So cloud computing. So we are going to learn 10 plus services in the AWS cloud. So how to create virtual machines in the AWS cloud, how to do the user management in the AWS by using IAM, how to set up the cloud storage by using S3 service, okay, how to set up network in the AWS by using VPC, how to do the DB setup in the AWS cloud by using RDS service, how to use serverless computing in the cloud by using Lambdas. Okay, all these things we are going to learn as part of our AWS cloud. Then DevOps tools we are going to learn. Okay, the DevOps tools, 15 plus DevOps tools we are going to learn as part of our course, like Maven, Git, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Ansible, ELK Stack, Trivi. There are so many tools available. Learning DevOps, nothing but learning DevOps tools only. By using these DevOps tools, we are going to automate the project deployment process. Whatever the operations that we used to do manually for the project, those operations we are going to automate by using these DevOps tools. Okay, then after these DevOps tools concepts are completed, then we need to work on the project's implementation. Okay, so how to set up the projects as a DevOps engineer. So real-time project means it's not coding here. As a DevOps engineer, you are not going to do any coding. For the coding part, development team will be available. So once the developers has done the coding part, you are responsible to do some build and deployments operations on the project. So those build and deployment operations, how to do in the projects, how we will do those operations in the real time, that part we are going to cover as part of our course. Then next one, interview guidance will be available for you. Okay, so interview guidance in the sense, interview questions for every topic we need to provide interview questions for you, and resume preparation, how to prepare your resume to upload in the job portals, how to attend the interviews, what are the challenges, roles and responsibilities, what projects you need to explain, that interview guidance and mock interviews also we are going to cover as part of the course. So this is about our DevOps program. Now here guys, earlier we have given the DevOps course with these concepts. Now what is extra in the DevOps full stack? So in the DevOps full stack, we have added Linux admin plus Python scripting. Python scripting added extra. Okay, so what is the difference between DevOps with the AWS course, DevOps plus AWS course, and what is DevOps full stack course? Okay, so all above six modules will be available if you join with DevOps with AWS course. DevOps introduction, Linux plus shell scripting, AWS cloud, DevOps tools, real-time projects, interview guidance will be available in our regular DevOps with AWS course. If you go for DevOps full stack, above 6 modules will be covered. Along with this, Linux admin plus Python scripting will be covered. So that is the difference between our DevOps with AWS course and DevOps full stack course. So the people who want to go with some experience, who want to cover their gap as experience, for them, I suggest you to join with this DevOps full stack program. Because if you have 5 years gap, 4 years gap, then instead of keeping all the 5 years experience on the DevOps, you can keep 2 years experience on the Linux administration part and 3 years of experience you can show on the DevOps. So if you go for the only DevOps with AWS program, then you are going to learn all these 6 modules as part of DevOps with AWS. Anyone who is interested to go for DevOps full stack program, in the DevOps full stack, all these 6 modules will be available. Along with them, the extra 2 modules are added. Those are Linux administration. Fine. So I hope you are clear. I hope you are clear. What is the difference between there are 2 courses, DevOps with AWS course available, DevOps full stack course is available. So I hope you got the clarity. What is the difference between our DevOps with AWS and DevOps full stack? If you are clear with this, could you please type clear in the chat box? If you're clear with this, could you please type clear in the chat box? So you got the clarity. What is the difference between DevOps with AWS and DevOps full stack? Good. Perfect. So what are the prerequisites to learn this DevOps course, guys? What are the prerequisites to learn this DevOps course? Is there any prerequisite available to learn the DevOps? No prerequisites available. Okay. So there are no specific prerequisites to learn DevOps. Prerequisites to learn DevOps. If you want to become a DevOps engineer, there are no specific prerequisites available because we are going to cover from very basic. No specific prerequisites. No specific prerequisites in order to attend this course because we are going to cover from very basic. Okay. Programming background not required. Sir, I'm not from Java. I'm not from Python. Can I learn this DevOps? Yes, 100%. Programming background is not required because in the DevOps, as a DevOps engineer, we are not going to do any coding in the project. We need some knowledge on the scripting. That scripting we are going to cover as part of shell scripting. So in the next week, we are going to start with this shell scripting part also. For the DevOps engineers, programming knowledge is not required. For the DevOps engineers only, scripting knowledge is required. That scripting we are going to learn as part of shell scripting. Some companies are using shell scripting. Some companies are using Python scripting. That's why in the DevOps full stack, we have added Python scripting. Okay, good, fine. And people, non-IT background people also can join. IT people, working professionals, non-IT professionals, and graduates, undergraduates also can join for this course. So if any undergraduate want to learn the DevOps, 100% they can do that. Undergraduates can learn, graduates also can learn this course, non-IT people can join, working professionals. Sir, I'm working as a developer. Can I learn the DevOps? Definitely for the developers, DevOps is going to become very, very helpful. Sir, I'm working as a test engineer, automation tester, manual tester. Can I learn the DevOps? Nowadays, so many people from the testing background are switching to this DevOps career. Okay, they're switching their career into DevOps. I have seen in the previous batches, many people who are working in the testing background, they are learning DevOps and AWS Cloud to transform their career into DevOps field. Good. So no specific prerequisites for this course. Programming background is not required. Undergraduates, graduates, non-IT people, IT people also can join for this course. Okay, guys. Good. Next one. Coming to the course information, guys. Coming to course information, as I have told you, this course is DevOps with full stack, DevOps with AWS and full stack. You can choose any one. Do you want to go with only DevOps with AWS? Then you can learn all the above 6 modules. So if you want to learn the DevOps full stack, then Linux admin and Python scripting will be covered extra. So course information, as I told you, there are two flavors available in the course, DevOps, Full Stack. If you don't want DevOps Full Stack, then you can go for only DevOps with AWS. All right. Then the course duration, it is going to take 3 to 3.5 months time, guys. 3 to 3.5 months time will be available. And the class timings. So daily 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Linux classes are happening. Linux sessions, Linux plus shell scripting is already started from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. our DevOps classes are going to happen. Okay, the DevOps classes are going to happen from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. The course duration will be 3 months of time. 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Linux classes are already happening. 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. the DevOps tools that are going to start. Sir, what about the Python and Linux admin? So Linux admin and Python scripting classes we will be starting in the morning and evening. So in this 1 year of time, at any point of time, you can join for Linux admin and Python scripting. Okay, so it's up to you when you want to join for that. It's up to you when you want to join for that. Linux admin and Python scripting. So monthly, every month, we will be starting the batches for the Linux admin and Python scripting. Whenever you are free, then you can join for that. We will give you update regarding that part. We will give you update regarding that part when this Python scripting and Linux admin courses are going to start. So currently Linux and shell scripting is running at 6:30 p.m. 4 days back. I hope already you guys are attending for that. And 8 p.m. today our DevOps is started. So today our DevOps is started from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. This 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. the timing is not going to change, guys. So till end of the course, the same time 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. DevOps classes are going to happen. Okay, so in the 6:30 p.m. Linux plus shell scripting. After Linux and shell scripting is completed, then AWS cloud also will come in the same time. 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Linux plus shell scripting plus AWS cloud topics we are going to cover. So currently Linux is running. So Linux will be completed this week. Once Linux is completed, then next week we are going to learn the shell scripting. After the shell scripting is completed, then AWS cloud is going to start at the 6:30 p.m. IST. 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. IST. Then 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST, our DevOps tools plus projects will be happening. Okay, DevOps tools and projects implementation we are going to do at 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST. Okay, and daily live classes will be available, guys. Daily live classes will be available from Monday to Saturday. So sometimes if you need time for the practice, Saturday will cancel, but the classes will be happening from Monday to Saturday. And for every topic, the soft copy notes also will be provided, and backup videos will be provided with 1 year validity from the data, which date the course is completed. For example, today is May 8th. So 3.5 months the course is going to take, right? After 3 months. So total 1 year, 3 months access you are going to get for the backup videos. So soft copy notes will be provided. Backup videos will be provided with 1 year validity. That 1 year validity will start from after the course completion. Okay. And daily doubts clarifications also will be available. At the end of the session, you can interact with me. And for the discussion, we are going to create one group also. The community support will be available for you during the practice. If you get any doubt, then you can post in the group. So that we will clarify that. So look at the course information, guys. What is the course name? What is the duration, timings, and notes, videos, doubts, discussion, everything. All right, guys. Are you clear with the course information? Are you clear with the course information? Are you clear with the course information? Course name, course duration, the timings. So people are attending Linux classes already at 6:30 p.m. Once Linux is completed, then AWS will start in the same time, and the DevOps tools will happen from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST. If anybody not able to attend the AWS cloud at the same time, in the future, in the next batch, when it is started morning or evening, you can attend for that. So it depends on your flexibility when you want to join. Okay. So fee structure also I have sent in the chat box. For if you want to go with DevOps with AWS only, then as I told you, the 6 modules will be covered. For these 6 modules, one fee structure. If you want to go with the complete DevOps full stack, another fee structure is available. I have sent that fee structure in the chat box. So I hope you got the clarity. So DevOps with AWS full stack program. There are no prerequisites available and course information that I have cleared. DevOps full stack course duration 3 months if you attend these 2 classes parallel. 6:30 to 7:30 Linux shell scripting and AWS cloud will be available. 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. DevOps is started today. DevOps plus projects will happen at the same time, and the daily live classes will be there. And soft copy material also we are going to provide. Backup videos will be provided with 1 year validity. That validity will be calculated after course completion. After the course completion, and every day doubts clarification will be available, and discussion also will be there in the group. Okay, a group will be created for the people who are part of this course. So what we are going to cover in the DevOps tools, guys, this is very, very important in this course. What are the DevOps tools we are going to cover? As part of this course, we are going to learn about Maven and Gradle. Okay, Maven is one tool and Gradle is one tool. They are used as build tools in the project. Maven and Gradle, we are going to use as build tools. Then we are going to learn about GitHub and Bitbucket. Okay, GitHub and Bitbucket tools we are going to use for version control. Code integration, multiple developers will be available. All the developers code will be integrated at one place. That's where GitHub and Bitbucket. What are the DevOps tools we are going to cover in the course? Maven, Gradle, GitHub, Bitbucket, and we are going to discuss about Tomcat, which is a web server to run our applications. And we are going to learn SonarQube tool that is used to perform the code quality checking. Code review will happen by using SonarQube. And we are going to talk about Nexus, which is used for multi-factory storage. Okay, so the Nexus tool will be available that is used to store the project artifacts in the real time. We are going to cover this Nexus tool also as part of our course. And next one, we are going to learn about Docker. Docker we are going to use as containerization software, and Kubernetes we are going to use as a orchestration platform, and ELK stack we are going to use to centralize the logs of our application. And we are going to learn Grafana and Prometheus in order to monitor the application servers and application resources. And we are going to learn Terraform, which is used to provision infrastructure in the cloud platform. We are going to learn Ansible tool, which is used to manage configurations required for our application. And we are going to discuss Jira, which is used for project management. Okay, these are the DevOps tools that we are going to cover as part of our course. Maven, Gradle. Maven and Gradle, these tools are used as build tools, guys. GitHub and Bitbucket, these tools used as version control. Tomcat we are going to use as a web server. SonarQube, SonarQube tool we are going to use for the code review. Nexus is used for artifact storage. Docker we will use as a containerization software. Kubernetes we are going to use as orchestration platform. ELK we are going to use to centralize logs of our application. Grafana we are going to use Grafana we are going to use to monitor. Prometheus Grafana tools for the monitoring purpose. Terraform, which is used to create infrastructure in the cloud platform. Ansible, that is used for configuration management. Jira, we will use for our project management. And one tool I forgot, Trivi, which is used for dependency scanning. Okay, security checking purpose, we are going to use a Trivi tool also. And we are going to use Jira, which is for project management. So total 15 plus DevOps tools we are going to learn as part of this course. And coming to AWS Cloud. So what are the AWS services we are going to learn in this course? Okay, the AWS services. We are going to discuss EC2. EC2 is a service in the AWS Cloud, which is used to create virtual machines. Okay, Jenkins, guys, another important thing. I forgot to write the Jenkins. Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins. Without Jenkins, we can't do the operations, automations, right? Jenkins is very important tool. Did I miss anything else, guys? Are you expecting any other tool? So total 15 plus DevOps tools that we are going to cover. Maven, Gradle, GitHub, Bitbucket, Tomcat, SonarQube, Nexus, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, ELK, Grafana, Prometheus, Terraform, Ansible, Trivi, Jira. Good. Perfect. So these are the tools we are going to learn as part of our course. Coming to the AWS. Okay, AWS Cloud Platform. So we are going to use this AWS in order to set up our infrastructure. So as part of the AWS, we are going to cover EC2 service, and we are going to talk about EBS. We are going to talk about load balancer. We are going to talk about auto scaling group. All these things comes under EC2 only. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud in the AWS. This is a service in the AWS which is used to create virtual machine styles. EC2, EBS, load balancer, and auto scaling group will be available. Then we will talk about S3 service. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service in the AWS, which is used to set up unlimited storage. So if you want to store any amount of data from any location in the cloud, then we can go with this S3. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service, which is used for unlimited storage. Then next one, we are going to talk about RDS. RDS stands for Relational Database Service. If you want to set up relational databases like Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL server in the AWS, then we will use one database, we will use one service in the AWS, that is RDS service. Okay. Then next one, we are going to talk about Route 53 service in the AWS, which is used for domain mapping. So when we deploy our application, people will access our application by using domain name, www.gmail.com, www.facebook.com. So if you want to map your application to the domain name, then we are going to use one service in the cloud that is called Route 53. By using this Route 53 service, we can do domain mapping in the AWS cloud. That service we are going to learn. Then next one, we are going to talk about IAM service, identity and access management. So users management, groups management, policies, roles. So which user can access our AWS cloud account? What operations they can perform in the AWS cloud? Role-based access. So user management, we are going to do in the cloud by using IAM service. Then we are going to talk about VPC, Virtual Private Cloud in the AWS. This is used to configure isolated network for the resources in the AWS cloud. So in order to configure isolated network for the resources in the AWS cloud, we are going to use VPC service. Then we are going to use one more service, that is CloudWatch. CloudWatch service is used to monitor the resources in the AWS cloud. So whatever the machines you created, whatever the database that you created in the cloud, we need to monitor those resources, and we need to monitor the infrastructure. Is that infrastructure working as expected or not? Is there any problem with our infrastructure? The resources that we configure in the AWS can be monitored by using this CloudWatch service. So when we monitor, if there is any problem, if you identify any problem as part of the monitoring, then we can send some notifications to our email or to our mobile number by using SNS. SNS stands for Simple Notification Service in the AWS Cloud. SNS stands for Simple Notification Service in the AWS Cloud. And we are going to talk about Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. So Elastic Beanstalk is a service that will provide platform in order to run our applications. So my code is available. Developers has given the code. We want to run that code directly on the AWS cloud. Then we can go for a service that is called Elastic Beanstalk. And there is another service called Lambdas. So if you want to run your application without thinking about the servers in the AWS, then you can go for Lambdas concept. AWS Lambdas will provide serverless computing for us. Okay. So if you want to achieve that serverless computing, then we can go with this AWS Lambdas concept. AWS Lambdas concept will be available. So like this, 10 plus AWS services we are going to learn as part of our course. And we are going to learn about ECS, Elastic Container Service. If you want to run the Docker containers on the AWS cloud, then you can go for ECS. If you want to run Kubernetes cluster in the AWS, then we will go for EKS. ECS, EKS services also we are going to learn, and EFS service also we are going to learn, which will provide Elastic File System. ECS stands for Elastic Container Service, which is used to run the Docker containers. EKS nothing but Elastic Kubernetes Service, which is used to run Kubernetes cluster in the AWS cloud. EFS, Elastic File System, which is used to create the shared file system in the AWS cloud. So these are the services that we are going to learn. As I told you, 10 plus services, but we are covering almost 15 to 16 services in the AWS cloud. So this is what we are going to learn in the AWS cloud. And these are the tools we are going to learn as part of our DevOps. 15 plus DevOps tools, 15 plus AWS services we are going to learn as part of this DevOps with AWS course. So the people who are interested to do the Python scripting and Linux admin, they can join for DevOps Fullstack. If you don't want that Python and Linux admin, then you can join with DevOps with AWS course. Are you clear with my point? Are you clear with the syllabus? What you are going to learn as part of this course? So you got the clarity. What is this course and what we are going to learn in this course? Okay. What is the difference between our DevOps with AWS and DevOps full stack? What are the prerequisites to learn this DevOps? And what is the course information, class timings, and regarding notes, regarding videos, doubts clarification, and a discussion? What are the tools that we are going to learn in the DevOps? What are the services that we are going to learn in the AWS? Okay. Then after this course is completed, guys, after this course is completed, you can try for the job as AWS Cloud Engineer. Okay. So you can keep AWS Cloud in your resume. The people who are interested to go as a cloud engineer, as we are learning 15 plus AWS services along with Linux operating system, you guys can try for the job as AWS Cloud Engineer. Okay. And if you learn this complete DevOps with AWS, you can try for the jobs with 3+ years of experience. 3+ years of experience. So what kind of work that 3+ years of experience people will do in the company as a DevOps engineer, that much knowledge you are going to get practically in this course. You can attend the interviews with the 3+ years of experience as a DevOps engineer. So you will be equal to 3+ years of experience DevOps engineer. So if you go with Linux admin and Python scripting, then you can keep 4 to 5 years experience also. Because all 5 years you don't need to keep on the DevOps. 2 years you can keep as Linux admin, and 3+ years you can keep as DevOps engineer. Okay. So you can attend the interviews as an AWS cloud engineer, and you can attend the interviews as 3+ years of experience as a DevOps engineer. If anybody having more than 3 years, then I suggest you to learn the DevOps full stack with Linux admin Python scripting, so that whatever the gap that you have, that gap you can cover as a Linux administrator for 2 years, and the remaining experience you can show as a DevOps engineer with AWS Cloud. Okay, so this is complete practical oriented training, guys. So for every tool, for every topic, the practicals will be available and we are going to implement the projects. So whatever the projects that we are going to implement as part of the session, those projects you can keep in the resume while you are attending the interviews. And we are going to take your mock interview and we will tell you where you are weak and where you need to implement. Your skill assessment also we are going to do as part of the course. Your skill assessment we are going to do as part of the course. So this is what from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with our first module. So in the tomorrow session, I'm going to explain what is the DevOps, what are the roles and responsibilities of the DevOps engineer in the project. What is DevOps? What are the roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer? And what is the purpose of each DevOps tool, where we are going to use that tool in the project? That information we are going to learn in the tomorrow session. Are you clear? You got the clarity about the course now? You got the overview? How to do the practicals? So to do the practicals, guys, we are going to use free tier account in the AWS cloud. I hope all of you, as part of the Linux session only, I told you to set up the account in the AWS cloud. If anyone not having the account in the AWS cloud, I will help you how to create the account in the AWS cloud in order to do the practicals. So during the class, I will do the practicals also. After the class is completed, you can do the practicals on your own. So if you are facing, I will give the notes to do the practicals. Step-by-step guide will be available to do the practicals. If you get stuck in the practicals, so that in the class at the end, you can share your screen and you can show me the problems that you are facing so that we will clarify. And we will have a group also. In that group, you can post what is the doubt you have, what are the problems that you are facing, so that I will be there in the group and our batch people also will be there in the group so that we can discuss on the problems and solutions for the problems. So support will be there from our side. Okay, sir, can I get the job as a fresher in the DevOps? Guys, the truth is in the market, for freshers, openings will not be there in the DevOps field. So the companies are looking for only experienced people for the DevOps jobs. So if you are having some gap, then you can show that gap as experience, you can attend the interviews. But if you completed your graduation 2024 or 2023, then getting the job in the DevOps field is very difficult. For the freshers, the openings will not be there in the DevOps. So the companies who are having the DevOps openings, they are looking for only 3+ years of experienced candidates. For freshers, I suggest to go with the full stack development instead of going with the DevOps. Okay, if you want to get the knowledge on the DevOps platform, DevOps tools, cloud and all, you can learn. But getting the job as a fresher in the DevOps is very, very, very difficult because openings will not be available for the freshers in the DevOps domain. That is fact. So the companies are looking for only experienced people to work as a DevOps engineer. So that's why most of the people who don't have the gap, who don't have the real experience, they will do the course like this with the real-time projects and they will show that gap as an experience. How to do that? I will do that career guidance in the course. I will tell you how to cover your gap as an experience to attend the interviews. That part will be covered in the course. Are you clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? Yeah, if you are clear, please type clear in the chat box. The people who are watching in the YouTube, so I have given WhatsApp group link in the chat. You can click on that and you can join. The people who are attending in the Zoom, so I have given already the WhatsApp group link. If you have any doubts, then you can join in this WhatsApp group. I have given the group link in the chat box. Okay, thank you guys. So with this, I hope you got the clarity. From tomorrow onwards, today is our first session, introduction session. What is this course? What are the prerequisites, the information, the class timings, the fee structure, the syllabus, course content, what tools we are going to learn in the DevOps, what services we are going to learn in the cloud. Okay, so what you are going to get from this course that I have explained today. Now it's time for the doubts clarification. So the people who are attending from YouTube, I have given WhatsApp community link in the chat. Please join in that so that you will get the class notes and class videos. The people who are attending in the Zoom, please raise your hand if you want to ask any question. So with this, we have completed our first demo session. It is very basic introduction class. So from tomorrow, our actual DevOps classes are going to start. So tomorrow we are going to understand the DevOps introduction and DevOps engineering rules and responsibilities. What are the tools? What is the purpose of the tools? We'll discuss in the tomorrow's class. Okay, guys? Good.